Hello, this is Robert Smigel with Canada's Podcast, live from the podcast booth at Web Summit Vancouver. I'm joined today with Kendra Garagan. Kendra, welcome to Web Summit Vancouver and Canada's Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, let's just dive right into this. Is this your first Web Summit?
It is not. It's my second.
Good. Okay, so you've been down this road.
I have, yes. I was here as a startup last year, though, so very different.
So let's talk about that startup. What do you do and where in Canada are you based? What's the company?
Based in Vancouver, and I am with Founded in Canada. We are basically a platform that's created an agentic version of Canadian ecosystem for innovation.
Okay. What's your company or startup called, and what's the problem you are solving for Canadian customers or the global market?
Yes, so it's called Founded in Canada, and the problem we're kind of solving for the Canadian market specifically, but we do have licenses in other countries, is basically to unite the fragmentation found within the ecosystem of innovation. So, for example, a lot of founders try to find investors and grants and government programs and so many different things, and they're just found so many different places, and no one really fully talks to each other. So for them, it's very difficult to find the things you need, especially as being a first-time founder. So we have built a platform that agentically connects that and runs in behind and has context on your company to find you basically everything you need to succeed on a daily basis based off of the status of your company in real time in that moment.
So if I'm a business owner in Canada and I'm looking for kind of a quick, easy way to access and use AI for my business that is very basic in some ways, it's not intimidating.
Yes, you basically create a profile and then it builds you a pathway, and as you pivot and change, or your status changes, or your funding, or things like that, it will then recommend different programs or different people to connect with, basically through the life cycle of your company. So we even have some enterprises who have beta tested it, and they really like that too, because for them, it's a completely different ballgame than when they're an early stage startup, but they still need things from the Canadian ecosystem, like partners or government organizations.
So you're selling ease and accessibility for AI.
Basically, yes.
What are you most proud of in your business so far? You're still at the early stages, right?
Yes.
So you've kind of got a background. I mean, we talked, your father.
To the business, just how widespread the issue is and how we kind of like nailed it right off the first idea. A lot of times with startups, you kind of iterate through and it takes a long time to figure out your full product market fit. And we definitely by no means have product market fit. But, from the day that our website or waitlist went live, within 3 weeks, we had 8,300 people on it who are all founders who all need the platform or who want some aspect of it. And so being able to help that many people when we go live is going to be something that I think for me as a founder, and I've struggled through not finding funding or not knowing where to go, I think being able to give back to the ecosystem that way is something for me that's, I don't know, I don't really have words for it, I guess.
Okay, let's talk about the AI industry. What's one key insight you can share about the industry, AI industry, or the sector you're working in, especially from a Canadian perspective? And I imagine you're going to be learning a lot from Web Summit here, as we all are. But so far, early in the game, what are you learning? What are you taking away?
Definitely. It's something that can help accelerate your business, no matter what stage you're at. Right now, we've integrated in a number of different agents that work 24/7 to do the menial little tasks. It doesn't mean it replaces anyone's full role. You still do need that human intervention, at least at this stage, because AI does tend to make mistakes and it hallucinates and it can cause big issues. But being able to integrate it in a smart way for your venture at the earliest stage possible can help you compound and build and scale through the life cycle of your venture and help accelerate getting to market when you use it smart and you ask its opinion sometimes. I find that really helpful when we're iterating on new ideas.
Okay. Any key connections you want to make here at Web Summit? Are you looking for anything that company, person? Are you looking for investors? Are you looking for mentors? What are you in particular?
For us, it was getting involved more in the ecosystem. So we were able to connect with a lot of ecosystem partners that we can get on the platform that also help startups and founders and enterprises. So they're able to then be listed on there and be matched with all of the ventures looking. I would love to connect with the Minister of AI. I've been trying to track him down all day, but he's a very busy man. So I have a couple friends who have made the connection, but I would love to to connect with him, definitely.
Well, sometimes you just got to be persistent.
Yes.
I think you just got to keep going at them. Okay. So this could be what are the biggest challenges you're facing right now in your business? This could be one of them, reaching out
Yes, definitely
to-
finding the people you need sometimes, which I'm using our own system to do. So that's actually mitigated a lot of the normal issues a founder would experience. I think for me, it's not growing fast enough, which is a very rare issue. I vibe coded this at the very beginning for myself and a couple friends. And then with the waitlist exploding, it was kind of like, we have to stabilize this. And unless you have a full-time team on staff or you have the technical knowledge, which I didn't have, you can't just like instantaneously build a tech platform. So we've been stabilizing it since the launch. And so we're trying to pick up that technical slack and backlog to get to the point where we can go live, hopefully early June, and have everyone on it, because the system was definitely crashing with that many people.
Okay, you've been an entrepreneur for a while. What advice would you give to other Canadian entrepreneurs who are building right now? Also, like I mentioned, your dad's an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Did he give you any advice as well?
The advice he gave me was just kind of like, trust my gut a lot of times. We try to keep business and like personal very separate. He now, with Founded in Canada, just with how it's scaling, he's helping a lot. Like I call him every day and kind of ask for his advice to be like, what do I do here? What do I do there? But he says, like he trusts my gut, I guess. And just kind of, listen to my heart, and he raised me with hopefully a good head on my shoulders. So I think that's kind of more of it for me. But for new founders, I would say know your problem. A lot of them know the idea really well and know the solution very well, but they don't know the problem very well. And I think that's one of the reasons why Founded in Canada versus any of my past ventures has been something that clicked really fast right away, is because I've lived the problem for 10 years. And I know exactly the pain of going to bed and not knowing what the heck's going to happen with my startup the next day. Whereas with past problems, I've felt it, but I've never really like lived it. I've just been trying to create a solution for someone else's problem or a micro problem that I have. So I would say know your problem better than you know anything else in your business.
And how you're solving problems for other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, crystal ball question. If we catch up again, we're here next year at Web
Okay.
Summit in Vancouver next year. Where do you want your business to be, or yourself? And what are your ambitions or goals?
I would say having Founded in Canada integrated into the greater ecosystem on a federal level. We've already chatted with a number of key players, which is great, and they all like the idea because it helps them as well get greater access to the founders. So I would say for the business, like definitely be an integral part for founders in Canada and everyone, I guess, at Web Summit to find what they need in order to help their ventures succeed. And for myself, I would say just standing behind that and helping more founders do what they need to do to help put Canadian innovation more on the map.
Fantastic. That's great. It's a great way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Okay. Kendra, thank you for coming on Canada's podcast. I enjoyed you being on the show, and I'm sure our listeners have as well.
Thank you for having me.
We'll see you next time.
Yeah.